The humble village of Puligny Montrachet boasts a reputation for Chardonnay unmatched anywhere in the world. Set well back from the escarpment, it is situated between Meursault to the north and Chassagne Montrachet to the south. All of its vineyards, from village through Grand Cru, run west of the village, climbing up the slope to the neighboring communes of Blagny and Saint-Aubin. Puligny Montrachet boasts 4 Grand Crus, all of them clustered to the south of the village and at mid-slope, roughly between 220 and 300 meters above sea level. Chief among them, and shared with its southern neighbor Chassagne, is Le Montrachet. Le Montrachet, split almost evenly between Puligny and Chassagne, sits at an ideal position on the slope, its gradient increasing from 6 to 10% as the elevation increases. It is protected from inclement weather by the forested Montrachet at the top of the slope, while cool air coming through the Gaume at Saint-Aubin reduces disease pressure. The soils downslope, a soft marl from the Upper Jurassic, have been markedly weathered to a greater degree than the Chassagne limestone further south. Directly above Le Montrachet, at elevations approaching 300 meters, lies the Grand Cru of Chevalier Montrachet. The soils here are thin. Any further up the slope and the compact limestone becomes so thin that even vines can no longer survive. A preponderance of stones, however, keeps this vineyard warm enough to consistently ripen its grapes. Chevalier has grown in size over the years, adding Les Demoiselles in 1939, as well as the 0.6 acres of Clos de Chevalier in 1979, both from the adjacent Premier Cru of Les Caillerets. These parcels are now controlled by 2 of Bourgogne's largest maisons, Latour and Jadot. Moving back down the slope and across a simple vineyard road, one comes to Bâtard Montrachet, the largest of the Puligny Grand Cru and split almost evenly with Chassagne. The soils on the Puligny side are considerably deeper, with more iron present as one reaches the bottom of the vineyard. A marked difference in style from its neighbors upslope, Bâtard produces wines more powerful and round than finesseful. Northeast of Bâtard Montrachet is the equally regarded Bienvenue Bâtard Montrachet, the smallest of the Puligny Grand Cru. There is little topographical difference between Bienvenue and Bâtard, except that its soils more closely resemble the deeper soils of the Puligny section of Bâtard rather than the Chassagne's portion. So common are they, producers who have plots of vines in both Grand Cru often combine them and release the wines under the Bâtard label. Puligny Montrachet is blessed with 17 Premier Cru, many of them well known and of Grand Cru quality. Chief among these is Le Caillerets, a northern extension of Le Montrachet sitting downsloped from the Chevalier Grand Cru. As its name suggests, the vineyard is very stony, and the style of wine produced more closely resembles the leaner, more finesseful Chevalier. It has long been highly regarded, and along with Les Purselles, was considered a tête de cuvée when Laval produced his 1855 classification, even though it was producing red wines at the time and continued to do so well into the 20th century. Les Purselles, immediately downslope, boasts similar soils to its illustrious neighbors, however generally deeper, especially in the smaller parcel of Clos de Mex, where the soil depth reaches 80 centimeters. It is thought to be this fact, as well as its location in a gentle topographical depression, that ultimately cost it its Grand Cru status. At 6 hectares, more than half of this vineyard is owned by the famed Domaine La Flève, whose consistent quality has done much to popularize these wines. Given such ideal terroir, it is no wonder that the white wines of Puligny Montrachet have stood first among equals in the Côte d'Or, heavily allocated and snapped up by those select few with the resources to do so.